Another trial of the century shaping up.
The good thing about being in a century that's not that old is you can say that about pretty much every big court case. This is going to be a doozy though. David Pye, the one-time ally of slain Rebels chief Nick Martin, has just pleaded not guilty to ordering the Motorplex assassination. That's Dave next to Nick after one of their many visits to court in happier times. Pye was arrested after the bloke who pulled the trigger back in December 2021 put him in the frame. We still can't tell you the name of the assassin because a court order is protecting his identity as he sits there in jail. He will remain officially anonymous and be referred to only by his unofficial codename Rambo because of fear someone will try to exact revenge for Martin's death.
But everyone knows who he is.
Well, it is quite ridiculous because the assassin is apparently making no secret of the fact he shot Martin. He's openly telling the story to anyone in jail who cares to listen.
I've done unspeakable things.
The cops think their case is solid, but we're probably still expecting Pye to deny guilt.
I didn't do it. Nobody saw me do it. There's no way they can prove anything.
So they wouldn't have been too shocked when he stood up and entered the official plea on Wednesday morning in Stirling Magistrates Court. Counsel to Underworld stars Paul Holmes ensured his client also entered a not guilty plea over an alleged murder plot targeting Comanchero in exile, Ray Chili. For the past couple of years, Ray's been surviving on pad thai and red duck curry somewhere in Thailand, where he's been living ever since the cops discovered he was up to no good vis-a-vis the international drug trade.
How the hell else was I supposed to earn a living?
And as well as the Martin Chili thing, Pye's also just pleaded not guilty to paying Rambo to kill a woman. It's going to be a long time before the trial gets underway because both sides have got a lot of work to do. Detectives used every surveillance device short of a Chinese weather balloon to listen in on Pye's conversations.
Oh, okay, hold on. Is this what I think it is?
And they've been doing so ever since they closed in on Rambo. That's a lot of data to go through and a lot of covertly recorded conversations to analyse.
And those conversations wouldn't just relate to Rambo.
That's a point not lost on every underworld figure who has ever had a chat with Pye since Rambo started singing like a canary to avoid a long jail term.
That odd, unhealthy, real quick. That's weird. That is well out of the mainstream.
Right now, there will be a lot of nervous bikies, gangsters and drug dealers wondering what else is going to come out in court when the transcripts are entered into evidence.
Seems to be a lot of deals going down everywhere at the moment.
Well, it didn't take long for details to start filtering through about those three blokes found clinging to an esky off Albany earlier this month. As we now know, the boat they came off wasn't loaded with muleys and beers for a day's fishing.
We've intercepted and seized about 365 kilograms of cocaine.
Intercepted? Intercepted implies some level of proactive police work. The Esky boys led a trail of breadcrumbs to the drugs and then set off a distress beacon with exact GPS coordinates. Intercepted.
Anyway,
Quickly emerged one of the crew of the SS Minnow was a former Rebels bikie called Mate Stipinovich. That's Mate there, answering the question, what year did you leave school?
Easy work for the federal police.
Easy work for New South Wales Police as well. They've just seized $1.8 million in what they say is dirty money after a tip-off from local detectives here. The money was in the east, but the drugs are in the west, allegedly, with local Ds seizing 12 kilos of meth, cocaine, MDMA and cannabis.
There's a lot of drugs.
Amongst those arrested in Perth was Shivan Arasu-Dahl, who says he's a producer/DJ.
I tell you what, drug detectives must be having a field day.
Meanwhile, rank and file cops are dealing with more mundane things like how to stop criminals in high-speed chases. The police union has just ordered its members not to engage in pursuits until rules of engagement are made clear. In good news for car thieves everywhere, our cops will for the foreseeable future be more this.
You're speeding, I can see it.
No, Miss Daisy, no. We're only doing about 19 miles an hour.
And less this. That's because the police hierarchy aren't happy with how a chase was conducted in December. 26 officers have been told they're under investigation after they boxed in a 28-year-old as he allegedly sped down the Kwinana freeway. Boxing in is a technique where 4 police cars surround a target vehicle so the car can't go anywhere. The method is used routinely in America to good effect, and while WA cops do it, it's not part of official guidelines and local plods haven't been trained to do it properly. Union boss Paul Gale says police have been getting tips from watching TV.
Wow.
Where'd you learn to drive like that? Grand Theft Auto!
Gale says the lack of clarity is dangerous.
Perth is fucking beautiful.
I'm Ben Harvey. For more update, click the subscribe button below.